Can't wait for this one. So let's see how that one turns out.
Now, I'm sure since it's in early development, we won't see it for quite some time, which, again, I'm okay with. I mean, I love the series, but I don't want to have a Mass Effect Andromeda debacle in it. As long as they do it right with that original team that is working on it, then I have hope. I just don't want it to 20...
Get fired, you gotta copy it.
Jeez, like 2014 or something since Mass Effect 3 came out. 2014, 2015. 2012, so I was off a little bit, but dang. Yeah, so it's been a while, but
look,
we won't see it for a while.
Look, you gotta go down.
But it's alright. I want it to be good. I don't want one of those scenarios where people are just gonna complain and complain that it hasn't come out yet, and end up pushing it out, and then it's just not great. And it's like, well, you should have let it cook more. So let's hope that is not the case. But overall, super excited for that. Can't wait for that game to come out. Definitely among the top 5 on the radar for future games.
What game was that you just said?
Technically Mass Effect 4, the next Mass Effect.
Oh yeah, the Mass Effect. It's definitely far in development, but I'm gonna be excited for that. I'm a big Mass Effect fan. I like Mass Effect, so hopefully they come with a nice little banger too with that one.
Absolutely. So here's hoping.
Oh, this way.
Fantastic. So now I'm sure this is all the moment that chat you guys can go leave, take a drink of water, take a break because Chris's anime corner.
Oh Lord!
Oh wait, hold on.
Chris's anime corner.
Chris anime corner here. So Chris, take it away. What's going on this week? What are you watching? What's hot in the anime world right now? Good
Yo, come here.
Yo, Chris.
What are you doing? Oh.
It's your time.
Oh, I've been muted. My bad. I was over here going off
How you doing?
things are going on.
Alright, well there you go.
This is the Anime Godz Podcast. We're taking over again. Dude, we got some topics for you. So, super popular anime came out last year. No, earlier this year. Dr. Stone. If you like science, if you like science fiction, if you like smart kids, not getting bullied by athletic kids, Dr. Stone is it. It just got announced for a smartphone game. That's coming sometime 2021. Now, one of my favorite animes, not favorite, one of my top animes that I loved that came out this year.
What is this?
I'm gonna butcher the name.
Oh,
it's called Clippener. Okay, so I'm not even gonna explain it because if I explain it, it's gonna turn you off because it's super weird to explain. But look it up. Watch the trailer on it, and you'll understand why I can't explain it to you. But that's finally getting the English dub, so I'm super excited about that because it's one of those like sci-fi actions with like a really weird twist. Like it has mystery action, a lot of murder in there. Well, not a lot, but some murder in there. But I can't explain the concept to you because if I explain it, it's not going to make sense. Just go on YouTube, watch the trailer. It's called Gleipnir, Gleipnir. So, it's really good. Wait, Derek, have you watched it? It's so good.
What's this called?
It's so good. Gleipnir.
Gleipnir?
It's along those lines, and like I said, if you just look up like the actual picture of it, it looks weird. Explaining it is worse, so I'm not even gonna try. So we talked about the Monster Hunter movie getting taken down in Chinese theaters for some racial slang or something going on. So this week, the actual director and an actor actually put out some apologies for it. We don't know what they actually said over in China, but apparently it was something bad and everyone got offended, so it was just an apology.
How do you pick up stuff?
Basically saying they didn't mean any offense or whatever. But it's China, they take down everything. Don't take this down, China. So,
I'm confused.
really cool thing that I got really excited about. So, since the beginning of 2020, we know 2020 has been a crappy year. We lost some people. We've been on lockdown. People have been not so nice. The rise of Karens has like gone up since 2020 has actually begun. Do we actually pre-2020 was Karen an actual thing, or was that like a 2020? Okay, cool. Well,
Yo, chill out.
Cool. Well, they're coming out now. Like they've like been in hibernation for COVID, and now that they can be out their house, they're coming out.
You get out with the whining.
But the cool thing is that since the beginning of 2020, anime streaming on Netflix has gone up over 100%. Dude, I love and hate this, and let me tell you why. Specifically because back when I was in middle school or high school, I was the weird kid, and a lot of us were. We were the weird kids watching Naruto, running around doing hand signs, Naruto Run, Dragon Ball. If you talked about it, you wasn't cool, and you probably got beat up in the corner. We're not going to talk about that part yet. But right now with the new generation of anime and kids growing, anime has become socially acceptable, and it's kind of weird if you don't watch it now, because there's so much good material out there, and so many people know that there is so much good material out there. So that was like just really dope, and that brought like a little sunshine to my heart. It's anime. Like anime is my life. Like you should see my statue and pop collection. It's nothing but anime. So it's ridiculous.
I can confirm that.
Yeah, just a reference, I have over 108 pop figures and over 50 statues. So,
oh my god.
And most of it's all anime. So I'm not familiar with this anime, but from what I looked at the actual trailer, it's called Blade of the Immortal. It looks super dope. It's kind of like a samurai, samurai hack and slash fiction type stuff. That's getting the English dub. That just got announced, so that's coming in January. One of my favorites, Grand Blue Fantasy. The art, it's one of the most beautiful animes that I've ever seen, but it's weird beautiful because it's the sketch art. Sketch art is, you know what I mean sketch art. It's like pencil animation, basically. And this is one of those, I usually don't like it, but this is one of the few animes that I actually like it in. The actual action RPG got announced for sometime 2022. The game originally got announced back in 2016, so we still got another 2 years to go. Well, I guess 1 year, because let's be honest, we might as well just start calling it January.
So that's how you got.
So we got another 2 years in production, but yeah, I'm really excited for that. Just because if you see the anime, if you like action RPGs, if you it's an anime that should have been a video game anyway. It should have been a video game first. It's a video game that should have been an anime. But they did it in reverse, and it worked out anyway. But we're finally getting a game. It was originally already announced back in Japan some years ago. I believe they already have it, or they're coming out with it. But it is coming to America 2022. Now, Scarlet Nexus. I'm really excited about this game. Scarlet Nexus. It's anime meets Dark Souls. It's by Bandai. If you've played Code Vein, you will like this. It's anime meet Dark Souls, but this time you have psychic kinetic powers. It's really weird. You can look up trailers. It got announced, I believe, earlier this year at E3. Or maybe it got announced. No, I believe it was last year. It got announced. They put out a new trailer, and it actually has a release date for summer 2021. So if you're into anime Dark Souls, check that out, because that's basically it. Or if you like the Astral Chain, same concept. Second to last thing. I know I talked about this last week, but the Demon Slayer movie. is doing so good that we gotta bring it up again. It's called Mugen Train. It is the second season of Demon Slayer, the actual anime. Technically it's not the second season, but they're doing the second season in movie form, which is weird, but I'm okay with it as long as I get it fast. So Toei Animation, they jumped.
Yikes.
Okay, I'm gonna say this word. Their percentage jumped up 1,063%. Does that make sense to anybody?
That's crazy.
Am I wording that right? The actual box office sales went up over 1,000% for the month of November for that movie alone. So just think about that. That's a lot of money. And then lastly, Netflix did just announce that we are getting another. Well, not another, because I don't think there's one on there. Netflix announced that we are getting a Transformers trilogy. It is animated. It is called War of Cybertron. It is the 3D. It looks like they don't have any trailers out, but from the picture, it looks like it's 3D animated. Don't know how I feel about that because I think the 3D animated for Transformers kind of played out.
Shit, sounds like Beast Wars to me. Remember Beast Wars?
Beast Wars. Oh my! We don't talk about that. That was terrible. That looked so bad.
Hey, it looked bad, but the story was good.
I couldn't even watch it because it looked terrible. Seeing the girl, we're not even gonna talk about that. So yeah, that we are getting a Transformers trilogy coming soon, straight to Netflix. So yeah, you want to check out some anime? Apparently, you want some recommendations. If you like action, if you like fighting, if you like action and fighting, which are the same thing, which I realized after I said it. Fire Force just wrapped up their season 2. I have not watched it yet, but I did watch season 1. I watched the first half of season 2, and apparently the first half of season 2 was fantastic. They actually introduced some black characters, and they were portrayed. Did I say that right? They were displayed fantastic. Like they were like some of the most portrayed. That word. They were portrayed as some of the most badass characters from that season. Like we're talking about train fights. We're talking about fights in the city. We're talking about like the main character getting beat up by black people. It just looked fantastic. And then lastly, I just gotta say, I know I've talked about it, Chaz. I need to get over to your house so I can show you Onyx Equinox. It is an Aztec anime.
Onyx Equinox. I think I've seen something about that before.
I talked about it. It is dubbed. It's only dubbed, and they're doing other languages. It's getting so much better, and it's only season 4. Episode 4. So definitely check that out. Go in there, and if you have time, we are quarantined, we are on lockdown. Watch One Piece because it is so fantastic. That's all I'm gonna say.
I feel that.
Don't do that.
Dude, you don't need. I'm 23 and I'm on my 3rd rewatch of it. You don't need 90 years. You just don't need a social life.
I'm gonna tell y'all this. I do not know how this man watches so much anime as he does in the time frame that he does it. I really don't know how he fits it in. It's only 24 hours in a day, and I swear he watches like 48 hours of anime in a 24-hour day. I promise you. So I'm not too sure how did he make it happen.
I'm an anime fan myself. I enjoy my anime, but I cannot watch the just ridiculous, insane amount that Chris does. Like again, like Chad said, I don't know how he does it. Like, he has to have some time machine, go back in time, and watch it until now, like the present time. Like it's insane.
The problem is that you guys are looking at episodes. Don't look at episodes.
Also, chat right now we're doing Chris's Anime Corner, so just no one's confused, and then we'll get the actual main topic. But Chris, probably.
Don't look at episodes. If you're looking at like anime, dude, don't look at actual episodes. Sit down, find something you watch. You find something that looks interesting. that you think you'll be into, give it the first 2 episodes. If you're not pulled by the first 2 episodes, you're probably not going to be pulled in.
Okay.
Stop looking at, and this is a real conversation I've had with a lot of people, especially when it comes to One Piece, because I'll defend One Piece all day. Stop looking at episodes. Just sit down and enjoy it. Because some of these people's favorite animes are like Naruto. If you look at it as a whole, Naruto has over 700 episodes. Between the first part and between the second part and with Boruto. Because that's all go together. Stop looking at holes. Just sit down, find something you think you'll like, give it 1 or 2 episodes, and then just move on. Boom, keep it moving. Girlfriend wants to hang out.
Simple, huh?
Yeah, girlfriend wants to hang out. Like, give her a good, like, push down somewhere, lock her in the closet. Like, sit down and watch some anime for a couple hours. Boss calling you into work, cut your phone off. Watch anime for a couple hours.
Alright, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that was Chris' Anime Corner. Jesus. So.
Those are good life choices. You're getting some good anime recommendations in there. Only if she's not allowed. Hold on. I only recommend it if she's not allowed you to watch it. That's
right. Cannot be doing all that whining.
She's not allowed. First off, if she's not letting you be that man, you probably shouldn't be with her anyway. So, lock her in the closet. That's the least of your worries.
God. Anyway, alright, we're done with there. Moving on to the actual topic of this entire podcast. Cyberpunk 2077 is out. We have played it. We've been playing it for a while. I know myself, Chris has. I'm not sure if anyone else has been playing it in here. We're going to talk about it.
We streamed it the other night.
We did.
That was my actually.
Yeah, I did. I watched it.
That was my most viewed video.
Kind of debut stream on his new channel. You can find him at twitch.tv/TattedPirate.
Tatted Pirates.
Yeah. Has anyone else played Cyberpunk 2077 aside from Chris and I?
Yeah, I played it.
PG did.
PG. Derek?
I got some words to say about it, but I'm gonna let y'all talk about it.
Well, I ain't got much to say about it. My only thing to say about it is I'm glad I decided to wait. I'm gonna wait for the PS5 update and the new next gen upgrade for it. I'm not even gonna try to pump myself to try to play it in between, before then. I'm gonna just wait it on out and let them do what they do. Update it as much as they need to update it to fix it, because these bugs that I'm seeing, I don't want to play a game like that. And I was honestly, go ahead. Well, I want to say one more thing before you give me answer the question. Yeah. Like I was telling the guys over our thread text, like I was afraid to put that shit in my PS5. You know what I mean? Because I didn't want it to brick my shit if it wasn't ready. You know what I mean? So I just kind of like I know it's not doing anything like that, but at the same time, it's a thought with all these type of glitches and with certain games already bricking PS5s, like even Spider-Man bricking PS5s, Call of Duty was bricking PS5s. So I wasn't about to take a risk with something that glitchy.
Come on.
What question you got?
Okay, so question. What for all the glitches that you were seeing? What console were the glitches on?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I mean, it was glitches on PC. Even the PC versions, they show glitches on them. People have recordings of their glitches on PC, and it was less than what the PS5 or the Xbox X, Xbox versions of the next gen systems, or Series X of the next gen systems, but it definitely wasn't gonna be played on the PS4 or the base PS4 or the base Xbox. And I told y'all, I think that game wasn't meant to be on a regular base PS4 or a regular base Xbox. I don't think it was meant to be. I don't care how long they try to wait it out. It's not going to be running good on that system at all. It wasn't meant for that system, and they tried to make it for that system because everybody has sold. That's where most consoles are sold right now. Everybody got the next gen, so they trying to get as much money as they can within the release, because they can't push it out so far and so long, and they can't wait no longer. But people was like, well, I've been hearing a lot of people say, well, they just should have waited a little bit longer for the PS4. No, even if they wait a little bit longer for the PS4 version, it's still gonna come out the same way that it came out this year. So it's not meant to be played on those systems. Just they need to let that shit go. They should have just canceled it and said, "Look, it's only playable on the PS5. I'm sorry, you know, if you guys want it, you just gonna have to get on this. We can't deliver out a product like this." And even if I don't see how they're gonna be able to make it work on the PS4 and the Xbox based off of Digital Foundry's data and that they showed and how frame rated it. You can't play something at 17 frames. You know what I mean? Like that's jarring. You can't do that. That take you way out of the game. And you can't play on stuff that's that glitchy, that look that bad. The graphics look very, very bad on the base systems, like very bad. So yeah, it wasn't meant to be on those systems to me. That's all I have to say about it. It was meant to be on the next gen, and they should have just kept it that way.
All right, before we get into ours,
they won't be getting the slack that they're getting right now.
Okay.
Well,
Chris, say your piece here.
Derek, I feel like we segregated you a little bit today. I want to hear your spin.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about Cyberpunk?
Come on. Come on. Hold on. You leaving me. Ow. Wow. Wow. Okay, I thought you can't phone that. Wait, hold on. I got it.
Yeah.
And I think it's time for you to go. Hey! You can't keep leaving me. You can't keep leaving me.
Yeah.
What did you do? Hey. Let's go.
Oof. Yeah, you pretty much need to be.
Oh, we got the same amount, I think.
That's funny too that you say that, because even though that is the case, it is still keeping my interest as well. Yeah, it's very hella ambitious. That's why I want to play it, but I don't want to play it. I'm glad I didn't buy it on the impulse. Yeah. Okay. I'll rather wait. But for the people that played it, I mean, I wanted to see if it hooked people, like if it really gave, like it got the hook, the game loop hooked people to where they are interested enough to continue to play it and continue to, dig through the story and go through the side missions. If the world was what they really wanted, or did it meet the expectations of the world itself, should I say? Because that's one of the things I said last week in our episode. Like, I'm looking forward more so in this game to look at the world and the world building. Does the city feel alive to me? What's going on besides what you're doing in the city? Is everybody else doing something in the city that makes the city alive and pop, and make it pop? So that's what I was looking forward to. And from what I understand, watching the reviews that I watched, it seems like the city is the best character of the game, which is what I was looking for. So I'm interested still in it.
Okay, so question. What I saw. Did anybody else still find it weird that even with all these bugs and all these discredits that they were getting that Cyberpunk actually got, that it still got the high reviews that it did? Like, I feel like if any other game got so many complaints and bugs and whatnot. Like, for example, I watched the IGN PC reveal before actual launch and the one after, and they had a lot of complaints but still rated it a 9. So did anyone else see that and think that was like a little weird, or?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of those, and I mean, just like I said, if something like a different game came out, like let's say the next Mass Effect came out, same amount of development time, and it came out as buggy as this, it would get thrashed on. Just crashed.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just me.
I feel what you're saying. I feel like if it was another developer, people would be killing them. Like if EA did some shit like that, they'd be getting murdered.
Oh yeah.
You know, they are very picky when it comes to who they want to, you know, talk shit at. When they obviously are, you know, in denial about the game not meeting this part. I mean, don't get me wrong. Whatever you guys are playing, it must be good because they still fighting through. People are pushing through it. But at the same time, it's like your product is not finished. I'm sorry. When it's like that much bugs, your product cannot be finished. You can't tell me that it's finished.
I agree.
So it's like one of those situations where I feel like, well, if that's the case...
Well, let me say I agree for last gen at least.
Yeah, for last gen. And then on another thing on that, the user Metacritic been getting killed. It's like a 1920 right now, you know. So... It's one of those things where, you know, you want to take the risk on it right now or you want to wait to cook some more. I mean, I see that they've been doing like hot fixes as well. So, and the CD product, they're really good at, you know, updating their games and keeping their games up to par and not just abandon them just because they got a, you know, bad release. They did a great job with Witcher as far as, you know, adding all the DLC to it, fixing all the bugs that it had, and it looks like a completely different game, honestly. I ain't gonna say completely different, but a very much polished game now when you look at it compared to when it first came out, for sure.
So they also add really quick. They their stock also dropped 23% after the release of Cyberpunk. So
damn,
29%.
They stock
29,
dropped.
29, dropped 29.
And see, this is the thing about this too. CD Projekt Red knew what they was doing because, you know, when everybody was doing the reviews, they forced everybody not to be able to show their own gameplay. They had to show the B-roll of CD Projekt Red's gameplay. So that was a red flag there. And then on top of that, the president stated that, you know, when they was saying like, well, this must be having issues because they got to give it on 9 different systems and things like that, and everybody was concerned about the original systems, like, well, will it be able to hold it? And then the TL came up with a big message saying that, well, you know, it runs great on this system, and obviously it does not run great on that system. So they really, you know, pump fake y'all heavy on the people that have the original systems and they can't play it on those next gen systems or a high end PC at this moment. So I feel sorry for them guys, man, because I don't care how many patches they put out, it's not going to be playable on the PS4, the base PS4, and the base Xbox. So I can forget about that.
I don't think that. Let me just say, like, I think we also need to take, like, some personal blame as well. Because, like, I feel like they wanted to push it back some more.
Oh, yeah,
but
absolutely.
The consumers got so violent about it that they couldn't. Like, the last time they pushed it back, you gotta remember.
3 of them?
Yeah, I mean, I'll
Daddy.
Like, they started
as well.
Yeah, they started sending out death threats.
Over here.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Really?
They started
Yeah.
threatening CD Projekt Red developers, like, you know, release the game now, or I'm gonna find you and kill your family or something like that. It's just like, don't, what?
Yeah.
If you do that kind of shit, this is what happens.
You gotta go do something over there.
Like, so I feel like that's, like, part of the reason. Like, I feel like they wanted to push it back again. Like, 'cause they got so much crap for pushing it back 10 days. Or, what was it, 21 days.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like, they got so much crap for doing that, and I feel like that was part of the reason for it, why we got the game the way it was. Like, 100%, I'm playing on my Series X, and I have not seen many bugs. Well, I don't know if you would even call these bugs. Like, there was, like, if I killed someone and I walked over their body, the dead body will just start flipping. There's maybe like a floating gun that shouldn't be there, but then it disappeared. Nothing that like really hindered my gameplay. NPCs are talking, but their mouths aren't moving. But there's nothing that's really hindering my actual gameplay. So I'm like, okay, I can still go through and play with this. Like, I'm 100% down for all the customization and all these side quest missions that I am actually, like, currently going through and getting into and doing and whatnot. But I mostly, I think we need to blame ourselves as consumer. Well, not ourselves, but blame the community as well.
Yeah, okay, I can see with that.
Yeah, like, if I'm gonna get a death threat from someone, I'm probably, you know, gonna do what they say, especially if, like, you know, I don't know how serious they are, especially when I'm in the position of an actual developer. So that's we got to take some blame for that too. So, I think they definitely should have pushed it back again, and we would have been okay with it. Well, we would have been okay with it. Other people wouldn't have been okay with it. But it's like it is what it is. Like you either push it back or you get the game that you have now. Like what irritated me, I saw a lot of forums and people were trying to defend CD Projekt about how it's playing on last gen consoles.
Ain't no defending that.
Well, the defense was like, hey, like it's a next gen game. It's like that could be true, but you still marketed it toward last gen.
Exactly.
And that's the actual issue itself.
We said this shit like 3 weeks ago. I promise you not, man. We said I said this. I don't think this is a regular gen game. I don't think this is a current gen game for like the base PS4s or the base Xbox. I said this. The writing was on the wall. It was on the wall.
I don't know, man. So far I'm enjoying the game. There's nothing that I don't like about it. There's nothing that like I really hate about it. I mean, there's I streamed it the other night, and there was definitely like some wank on there. Do not play it around kids, at all. But I mean, so far so good. I mean, the combat's weird. Combat is definitely weird. Driving mechanics could be better.
Oh, what about the shooting?
Shooting is fine. It's just like getting used to it because every gun is different. And it's just, it's not like, okay, Wolfenstein. Wolfenstein was a fast-paced first-person shooter.
Clean, though. It was a clean shooter, too.
I feel like Cyberpunk is there, but it's not. Like, Cyberpunk was,
lacking some things and such, because, like,
something, I don't know what it is.
I was in combat. There was an enemy that apparently can hack you in combat and cause you to catch on fire. The game doesn't explain it to you. I had to Google it, like, why am I on fire? Like, oh, you're being hacked. There's an enemy that is either targeting you or you have to kill them. So it's like, okay. So it's just stuff like that. It's weird. But yeah, it's just the same in combat. I mean, shooting is fine. It's just getting into combat and stuff, and getting used to it and stuff. It's just, it's strange, it's weird. It can be better. Things like that. But Chris, I'll let you finish before I kind of get my 2 cents in.
My biggest and final complaint, though, is they want you to explore the world in your car, but there's no parking anywhere.
What?
There's no spots to park your car.
No.
How you create a city with no parking?
There's no parking, dude. I couldn't tell you. Right, I just parked straight on the sidewalk. Hopefully, there's no cops around, because if the cops see you doing this, they will start busting on you.
Really? Oh, that's broken as shit.
In that game. I was like, yeah, I've had to park my car on just the sidewalk. Like, I'm gonna just run in this building real quick, or like just completely stop traffic, because they don't go around you, they stop traffic. So they're sitting right there, right
crazy.
behind you. You come back, you got a line of cars behind you. So yeah, I thought that was really funny. But yeah, that's pretty much my last complaint about it. I mean, it's just there's no. You want me to drive my car everywhere, but there's no parking. It's like going to Clifton. Like, no.
Jesus. But yeah, I'll kind of backpack off that and say a couple things on it too. Since I've obviously played it as well.
Quick question before you go into it. How many hours did you guys put into it?
I haven't played it a whole lot.
I can tell you. Hold on. Go ahead, Corey. I'll look it up on the app.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not very far into it. I've mainly just kind of been doing my own thing, seeing what this is, exploring things, side missions, whatnot. So
we're at least 2.5 hours into it, because we streamed for about 2.5 hours the other night.
I'd say I'm probably more like the 7 or 8 hour mark just for
I was started
getting
from
into
the
it.
beginning again.
But yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of those games where, you know,
We already did this. We started from the
bugs, it has
beginning.
glitches. I have gripes and complaints. Sure, at the end of the day, it's fun. You know, there's
Yeah, do
things that
this
catch
again.
my eye and say, oh, what's this? You know, what's that? The RPG elements are there.
Right.
You know, I just found some new clothes and they have higher stats. Things like that. The upgrading is a little confusing at first, but
I thought you could like grab them
and
and
go
then
from
like
there.
you could do the same thing as the bomb.
Overall, I mean, though, at least on last gen, quote unquote, the world in Cyberpunk is very lacking right now.
No.
Doesn't feel alive. When I first started playing it, I actually got into Night City. I was like, when you first see the original reveal trailer for Cyberpunk, it's flourish. There's civilians walking around doing their own thing. They're like, oh yeah, each civilian's gonna have their own kind of like, you know, walking path and things that they do, backstories. I load up Cyberpunk, I get Night City, and they all just running into each other, phasing through one another. I'll look one direction down alleyway, and there's some that are just like walking, they just fall to the floor. Some are cut through buildings. It's just like, what's going on here? I remember I was playing with Chris as well. There's a particular part in like an alley. It was like some people working out. There were 3 of the same NPCs.
I pointed that out.
What?
Yes, the exact same NPC.
Oh, that's
3
bad.
times. One's just doing like some workouts. One's like doing
one's bench pressing, one's doing like curls.
Yeah.
Like
it's like, really? There's 3 guys here. It's crazy. But yeah, I mean, as Chris is pointing to, like, you know, there's glitches. I mean, you talk to NPCs, their mouth doesn't move. Sure, words are coming out, but I've noticed, like, you know, a lot of their dialogue is very similar, like, and it doesn't make sense to the location. Like, some people are just like, you know, you talk to like a front desk person, they're just like, what are you doing here? And it's like they yell at you. It's like, this isn't what this front desk person would say to me. But yeah, I'm seeing, you know, chat here as well. Like, some people aren't seeing any issues. It's running fine on, you know, a 1X here. I'm on a Series X right now. I mean, sure, it's running fine. I haven't had any crashes or lagging or anything. It just isn't complete, and it needs to be. I'm sure on PC it works fine. It looks. I've
Out of
got
10,
from.
Out of 10, what would y'all give it? What would y'all give it? Should I say?
I guess it's not fair to me if we can give it an actual rating right now. I'm not far into it yet, but I'd say from what I've seen so far, I want to give it like a 6. 6 out of 10.
How many hours you played, Chris?
it's not even telling me. For
How
some
many
reason,
you
the
think?
Xbox is down, right?
Some people in chat
Maybe
are
5
saying
hours?
5 out of 10.
5.
Maybe.
Have y'all got to the end, like the credits where, you know, they give you the Cyberpunk, you know, screen and the intro? Yeah, have y'all got to that part yet? Because I heard it's like 6 or 7 hours before you get to that part, like the actual
No,
intro.
haven't got there yet. I guess we're still kind of like in the introduction portion, getting world building, things like that. I mean, I've seen comparisons from PC to current gen, right? It's last gen right now, and it's night and day difference on the graphic and, you know, fidelity and things. So I feel like the next gen console releases, it'll be much better, but this game, just as of right now, it just isn't meant for last gen. It's just the world, NPCs, the way it is, there's bugs. So yeah.
Get.
Yes.
Now you have 2. But we have 3.
I would say no.
They say CD Projekt Red focuses more so on PC than they do consoles anyway, but then also this was actually like I believe they developed this on the Xbox, I believe, for the consoles, and then ported it over to the PS5 and PlayStations because they got an exclusive deal or some marketing deal with them for this game particularly, I believe, don't they? Isn't that like the case?
Yeah.
I know when they pushed this out, they got Xbox on the side, not PlayStation or anything else.
Yeah, I mean, it was first revealed by Xbox or Microsoft at one of the past E3s, so this is kind of like a big thing for Xbox. But at the end of the day, I mean, going back to that point, this game, as of right now, I feel like it should have been just like a PC release. Like it runs, from what I've seen, it runs great on PC. It looks fantastic on PC.
Yeah, it looked crazy on
sure,
PC.
there's some
I've
bugs
seen
here
that.
and there, but yeah, as of like Xbox One, PS4, it's just very lacking. I've come across my fair share of bugs. Like I've seen an NPC like crouch, but his cell phone's floating above him. Jackie Wells is floating, like sitting, floating. There's a chair behind him. He's not in it. He's phased through my car a couple times. The driving is weird. There's a lot of things going on, but I'm sure hotfixes will help. There was one released yesterday, and it did help some things graphically a little bit. But my thoughts
some more fries.
It definitely needs improvements. Sure, I'm gonna fix it because I'm gonna play through it because I have full interest in it. Once it re-releases on current gen, I'll play it again.
Apparently,
But
IGN actually just put out on their Instagram. Some Cyberpunk players are getting refunds for complaints.
PlayStation, yep. PlayStation giving out refunds for complaints on it.
Hold on, time out. They giving people refunds on the game?
Yeah.
Wow. When have you ever known a company to do some shit like that? We're gonna give you your money back. Gosh. Who did?
Was it Derek?
How do you do that?
Yeah, that's not a good look, CD Projekt Red. Like,
I mean,
that's not
one
a good
thing to
look.
note as well, there's a couple things I gotta kind of give for them here. I mean, one, it's right now
How do you do
insanely
that?
hard to be developing a game, working from home. Your entire studio is at home.
True that. I
Pandemic's
give you
going
that.
on. Plus, also, I mean, when Witcher 3 came out, it did have its fair share of bugs.
Mm-hmm.
So there is that. But at the end of the day, I am one of those where I think it could have used an extra year in development. It should have got pushed back again. But I mean, you got all the just idiots are like, release it now, I want it now, and this is what you got. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Overall, I mean, it's fun. I still enjoy it. I'm sure we'll be getting fixes and bug patches, everything down the road, but I'm still gonna play it. I'm still gonna enjoy it. But I'm definitely gonna enjoy it more once actual Series X and PS5 versions release, and hopefully they're good. So
yeah, I'm waiting on those. I really I hope. I pray. I know it's gonna be good. As far as the update, I want the ray tracing. I want the 60 frames. I heard it's already running at 60 frames on PS5 right now, anyway. And it says stay
Xbox
like
One's
that.
smooth for me.
Yeah, it says locked at that 60 frames pretty smoothly. So it's gonna be nice to like be able to get the little treatment that you can get where you even want to put it in the fidelity mode or performance mode and see the difference. To me, I'm always go performance because I want that 60 frames. I don't want that shit locked. I prefer that over anything. That's what games are meant to be played at least 60 frames. Like seeing it now on these new systems and seeing how you guys the PC world been spoiled, and I get it now. Like yeah, we can't go back to nothing beyond that. So they gotta clean this shit up. And I mean, like I said, I got faith that they will. They've been doing it as we speak. So I don't feel like they're gonna drop the ball on that end. It's just disappointing that people can't play the game as intended to play it from jump.
Right, exactly. PG, Derek, you guys have any thoughts about this? Anything you want to say? Comments?
All I'm gonna say is this game should have been worked on more. It's terrible on the PS4. I'm gonna stop. I'm just gonna delete it because there's no point for me playing it anymore.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm just gonna wait until I get the PS5 and then play it on there.
You ain't never gonna get the PS5.
Fuck up.
I got it.
But yeah, I'm just gonna wait because this game is. They could have done better.
You could have done
Fair
better.
enough. Fair enough.
You could have done better. Or get your
Anyone
man.
else?
You know. Darn it. What? 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 You said what? Oh, that game is over playing PlayStation? Oh. I have to go clean the kitchen. You gotta go watch TV.
Fair enough. Okay. But yeah, I mean that's kind of all of our thoughts on it here. I'm gonna be diving more into it.
Go watch your stuff. Go watch the movie.
Getting more in the story, and I'm sure we'll come across some bugs and whatnot. But Chris, I'm sure will be playing as well. So next week, I'm sure we'll be going kind of more over it, kind of what we found out as we get deeper and more hours into the game. But yeah, overall thoughts right now. Yeah, go ahead.